So you can see our forward motion so beautiful. We work so hard on this forward motion. So forward motion getting so fluid, so beautiful. And he starts to get balance, much more coordinated. Travel beside the panel. So you can see how hard we work to get to this beautiful result right now. Very beautiful. Continue travel. Very good job. So a lot of repetitions, a lot of methods put together. So we have this beautiful result. So horse actually understand what we desire from him mentally and respond to our cues immediately and be very consistent mentally and physically. Hello, True Grit members. Today I continue sharing with you my theory, my philosophy about the discovered philosophy and methodology in round pen. And today I would like to share with you my theory and discuss with you my ideas in my philosophy about the first step from discovered philosophy and methodology in round pen: educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion, left and right direction. Before I'm going to start to share with you my philosophy and my thoughts and my theory about the first step, educate horse travel consistent and consistently, forward motion, left and right direction, I would like to share with you my thoughts in my real life, how actually I learn round pen education and how I come up with this idea to discover my own philosophy and methodology in round pen. It would be absolutely not fair to you and to myself if I will decide and telling you I discovered round pen education. Greatest horse discover round pen education, and they are bringing all the time to equine industry new ideas how to communicate with horses on the ground and start to understand horse mental and physical abilities. So today we're going to talk about forward motion, educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion in the left and right direction. So many years ago, I don't have this answer actually for myself, but many years ago I asked myself, Russ, what you want to achieve with your horse in round pen, or what you want to achieve with your horse at all? Okay, I can run horse in a circle in the round pen. I can throw lasso in a horse. I can show horse flag, desensitizing. And I already talked about desensitizing. It's not possible desensitize the horse. You also can develop confidence in the horse mental abilities. You cannot take natural instinct of the horse and numb his emotions. That's not possible. If horse born this way, he will be this way all his life. He just can be little bit better or even can be worse. It depends what kind of emotions and mental abilities this horse have. So ask myself, Russ, what do you want to actually achieve with your horse? And after many years by developing these methods, my answer was, I want to have performance horse. I want to have dressage horse. When I'm saying dressage horse or performance horse, we're right away thinking we're going to perform English discipline dressage, or we go to performance education, we're going to perform in front of the crowd, or in the sport industry, horse industry, or in any discipline, and we're going to win a ribbon, or we're going to win the medal. Absolutely not. Dressage, it came from French word train beyond, and Francois Boucher explained in 18th century how to educate performance horse. And actually performance horses, dressage horses, there was this educated for the cavalry. So horsemen can fight with their horses in the battlefield, and horse respond to any cue of the horseman. So horse can navigate his sword around the horse, fight with the enemy, and go back safe without be killed. Because horse will never going to be respond to him. Turn around, do pirouettes, change the leads, pick up different speeds, back up, turn around. an immediate situation, in a random situation, immediate situation, horse have to respond right away to horse. So my goal, it's a very deep philosophy. If you truly think about it, even start from the round pen education, it's a very deep philosophy why we have to educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion. So I asked myself, Russ, what you truly want to have? And my answer was educate dressage horse. So when I gonna load my horse and immediately wants to turn 360 degrees, horse will respond to me. Or stop immediately my horse. Or pick up different speed immediately. Or change in the speeds different leads. Or do side pass in different speeds. Or even take my saddle from my horse when I finish riding my horse, and horse gonna stay in the field and not run away. That's dressage horse. That's a train beyond horse. So again, can we run before we start to walk? Before we understand how to put even our foot on the ground and change our feet to travel forward motion? It would be very easy. Again, it's a very deep philosophy if you truly think, but I always saying if horsemen don't have philosophy, methods don't mean nothing, because it's just a machine, it's just a robot. You don't have feelings. You have to have feelings, you have to understand, you have to think deeply and understand what you want to achieve. So I ask myself, if I'm gonna step into the round pen, and that's again, we're going to talk about immediate response right now. When we educate a human, or we educate our kids, or educate a human in the school, or in the sport, or any trade we educate, we want to respond right away, or it takes long time till human actually learn, develop his coordination with tools, balance, learn how to perform on any sport, learn the methods. Exactly the same with animals. We all the time want from animal immediate respond. I give you examples. Say for example, I done this in my life. I perform in training challenges, and we broke colts in front of 1,000 people for 3 days, and I'm not proud of this at all, because in reality, this horse don't have none education, absolutely nothing education, none education. We're rushing through, we're riding horse, but again, how that's gonna lead you to the future education? No, you have to take all the saddle back, everything back, and re-educate again. So when I am hearing all the time, I riding my horses in 3 days, I'm riding my horse in 2 days, so in the first day, it is possible to educate horse this way, but your education will stop in the 2 or 3 months and never gonna grow. You're gonna suffer, your horse gonna suffer, because we want immediate response. We want to have result for our own satisfaction, actually. We want to please ourselves. We don't want to spend a lot of hard time, a lot of quality of education, quality of the hard time to educate performance horse. So when I step in around pen for many years ago and fall apart mentally and physically and not understand by traveling, studying all these methods, I don't see final result. And I don't see how methods connect to each other at all. So when I step in around pen, I done this also. I use whips, I use lasso, I throw whips, horse run, I put saddle, back horses, road horses. I done all this in my life. And I never was satisfied with it. I never was pleased with that. Because I think in my brain all the time, I thought all the time in my brain, it have better way. It's have to have better methods, how to educate. Yes, I always say like this, many horses was broke in their life, rode in 2 and 3 days. How many horses actually was finished educated in the final performance riding education? Maybe from the 100%, maybe 1%. So when I step in the round pen and I realize we have to, everything what we're doing with horse, everything what we're doing with horse, it's a forward motion. Up, down, left, right, sideways, diagonals. It's a forward motion. Horse have to, first of all, move their what? Brain, mental abilities, not feet. So what does it mean? Horse have to understand mentally the exercise. I give you idea. And that's the reason why I call consistent and consistently. I give you idea. We step in around pen, we pick up the whip, or throwing lasso in the hind quarters. In the first moment, we step in around pen. We're dominating horse. We want immediate response. Horse using surviving instincts, and horse start to run. Horse truly understand your voice command. Horse truly understand your body language. Horse truly understand your energy. You truly develop a relationship, a communication with your horse. And again, my answer was absolutely not. It's just domination, period, just like that. So that's why when I educate you and share my philosophy in the first step, how to educate the horse travel left and right direction, consistent and consistently, it takes time. And horse learn body language, voice command, energy, and horse travel left and right direction. Enough to add different speeds in the future, but horse, again, with all body language, not tools. And horse understand how to, again, hard work, consistent work every day if he wants to achieve result. So I ask myself, if I gonna step in the round pen, and I'm gonna pick up the whip and ask my horse travel forward motion. Horse will travel forward motion. I'm gonna say, "Iha, I done my work." Horse traveling. He submit to me. I win this situation. Now I'm gonna ask you and myself, can I transfer whip to the saddle to educate horse travel forward motion? Answer, absolutely not. Yes, it is possible to take a whip in your hand and apply physical pain in the horse hindquarters or split range, stop in the hindquarters to make horse travel forward motion. Again, surviving instinct. So my answer right away was, that's not education. That's aggression. That's domination. So I will gonna educate horse travel with my body language, voice command, and my energy. So you're gonna ask me, Russ, how are you gonna transfer your voice command, energy, and your body language to the first ride? And answer again, very easy. We have first level, discovered philosophy, methodology, and round pen. Second level, in hand communication. In hand communication, we teach horse bridle work methodology. What? We transfer our voice command and body language to the bridle work methodology. When horse understand travel and use muscle memory of the neck towards the horse saddle horn, because that's how I'm going to educate the horse. Under saddle, I'm not going to pull sideways, because if I'm going to put sideways, first of all, I take myself out of balance, and second of all, I teach horse not to pick up the shoulders and travel in a straight line and be balanced. I teach horse to lean to the side. Beautiful, very nice. Stay still, relax. So when we're done each side separately, now we're going to say you have to travel and change direction. Travel and change direction. I already teaching him from the ground. You know how to guide and use your neck to the left and to the right, because eventually that's going to be my pick up correct lead, back up, using my hips, side pass, change the leads. So all this, travel in a straight line, so all that I teaching him start. It's a baby steps, foundation steps of education. Again, forward motion, continue travel. Now you have to continue travel. I step away from horse and change the neck. Continue travel. Horse have to continue travel and change the position of the neck and continue travel. Continue travel. And again, right here. Beautiful. Continue travel. And again, stop and stay still. So you can see right now how actually methods in travel forward motion. Then we transferring our forward motion by using stirrups with our voice command. So when we're done, and I just shared the very fast methods right now, but when we're done with education and I mount first time in the horse and I squeeze my legs and I use my body language and my voice command and my energy, horse travel forward motion, horse understand travel on the walk, trot and lope, even the first time in a round pen. Keep him against the fence, keep him against the fence, keep him against the fence, not lean inside. Continue travel, against the fence again, against the fence again, right here, continue travel, release your rein, continue travel, very good, continue travel. I'm going to teach your horse to lope. If horse is going to start to lope in the right lead, I'm going to put my right leg behind the cinch, close to the back cinch, squeeze, open my right leg. I don't have to open like this, my leg, just release from the horse. So horse already know, start to memorize with his muscle memory of his feelings. When Russ gonna put leg and gonna switch his hips, it's mean pick up rightly and pick up the lope. My right leg working around his rib cage, let him lope, release your rein, now sit down, relax, until he's gonna break on the trot and stop right here. That's what I want. Not to fall apart. I don't need second person round pen again to run me around again. So horse we're using surviving instinct and saying, oh, he will learn in the future. Again, you have to ask yourself, what do you truly want from your horse? You want a fast, immediate result just like that? Or you want to have an education with your horse and have a performance horse in a long period of time and develop amazing horse mentally and physically. When I'm saying all the time you have to educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion, left and right direction in a round pen education, I'm saying all the time we have to apply our energy. We have to apply our voice command and the body language. And it sounds very easy, but reality, when you're going to start to educate the horse, that's not going to happen right away. Horse not going to respond immediately to you. Horse not understand your body language. Horse not understand your voice command. Horse not understand your energy. And again, my question, what you want to achieve with your horse? Again, my answer again, have a performance horse. So I have to take my time and educate so horse will understand this. And maybe in the first and second day, you're just going to spend time just being around pen with your horse till horse understand even your presence mentally and develop this confidence. Horse, I always say like this, horse not statue. Horse not going to stay all the time in around pen as a statue and not move around. When you find when horse going to start to move, and this particular second, if you understand horse body language, you can apply your energy. And horse will understand when he move his feet and have a horseman body language and energy, he will understand to move feet forward. But it takes a lot of knowledge. Takes a lot of patience. But it is possible to educate this way. And you will see horse not going to start to fall apart, horse not going to start to wear up, kick on you, run away from you. In the future, horse will travel nice and relax and understand travel consistent and consistently forward motion. Why I even call this step and discover myself name of this step and the method and the round pen educates horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion. What does it mean consistent? What consistent actually means? Consistent when I ask my horse to travel. Always voice command, always body language, always energy. We have to break this on the sequence of the methods. Horse had to travel immediately without hesitation. Again, come back, and I'm saying again, because when I'm going to transfer this forward motion in the final performance movement under saddle, you have to travel immediately. That's called consistent. Doesn't matter, it's a walk, trot, or lope. If I ask him to walk immediately, you have to walk immediately. And I ask him to travel immediately on the trot, you have to travel immediately on the trot. If I ask him to travel immediately on the lope, you have to travel immediately in the lope. And after when horse understand very well consistent, then we educate horse travel consistently. And you're going to say, Russ, what does consistently mean? Consistently, you travel and you never stop. You continue traveling till I give you different cue, left and right direction. Very interesting what I'm going to say to you. When we educating horse travel left and right direction consistent and consistently, you're not only teaching him, pay attention and please remember this. When you're teaching your horse to travel consistent and consistently left and right direction in the round pen, you not only teach your horse to travel just forward, left and right direction, the speed you desire from the horse. You develop on his brain consistent and consistently for any communication between your horse, for any cue, because in the future you're going to teach him horse to stop and face, speed control, extend and touch, turn inside, turn outside, give the pressure with hindquarters, stay still. You can walk towards the horse. You allow horse come to you. It's in any cue, in the future 15 steps, it will be consistent and consistently. So if you not develop in the first step, that's what we're talking. Everything have to be connected. So horse have truly not understand from the day one of his education in the future life differences between consistent and consistently simple travel left and right direction. He will gonna fall apart in the future education and any cue on education. You're going to put a halter in a rope. You're going to put horsemanship rope connect to the halter. You're going to ask him to travel. He's going to refuse, or going to stay for a second and after travel forward motion, or he's going to travel couple evolutions around you and stop, and then you again going to start to swing the rope behind the hindquarters, or you're going to ride your horse. You're going to ask him to travel forward motion. Depends what kind of speed you desire from him. You're going to stay still for a second, maybe going to go forward. And after when you're going to ask him to travel in the forward motion for a long period of time, especially on this faster speed, you're going to lope probably or trot for a 10 step, stop and stay still. And again, we're going to be frustrated and upset. We're going to squeeze hard our legs, stop with our reins. And again, it's everything going to fall apart, communication between each other. Why? Because we're not developed from the first day, in the first step on Discovery Philosophy Methodology and round pen. Travel consistent and consistently. Because eventually, like you already know these methods, you follow the methods, actual methods, when I show you how to educate the horse. You can stay in the middle on the round pen, stay still, and horse gonna travel around you till you're gonna give to horse different cue to start communicate with you mentally in a different performance maneuver, or just stay still. It is performance maneuver also. A lot of time when we're educating horse to travel, it's a humongous subject, educate horse travel left and right direction. Another example, when we teach horse travel in the round pen, how many times, and I show you all the time in these methods, horse have to stay beside the panel. Horse have to travel beside the panel. When horse travel consistently, not consistent, consistent also, but consistently around you on the walk, trot, and lope. Why we have to teach horse to educate horse travel beside the panel, not lean inside and outside and do all the zigzag work, not speed up. Horse first of all learn balance and coordination. Horse learn how to be relaxed, understand the speeds of the horseman. Cue. Very interesting. But again, we're not spending time, we're just running horse in a circle. Horse run in a circle and it's good enough for us. But reality, it's much more education to educate horse travel left and right direction. Just running your horse in a circle. When horse travel beside a panel and the speed you desire from him, walk, trot, and lope, what else we teach our horse? Respect our space. That's simple. How many times we lunge on our horses when we're moving around pen panels? All the time horses crowd our space, cutting our corners, leaning towards us. Because we have missing link of the horse education. That's simple. So if I done million times to educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion, left and right direction, walk, trot, and lope, when I'm going to put halter and horsemanship rope, what's going to happen? Horse will going to travel 25 feet away from me without leaning inside and outside. But it involves other steps also to educate that. And again, without swinging the rope, without using the whip, education takes long time of the human, of the animal. Nothing happened overnight in 2-3 days. We don't have to find a way how to educate horse faster. We have to find a way how to educate horse longer. So we can put much more education in the horse brain. So we don't have to after travel from clinic to clinic and find how to solve the problems. Problems should not exist. It's not horses have problem, it's a human have problem. We are have problem because we're rushing, we're skipping, we want immediate response from the horse. Another example, say for example, we educate horse travel consistent and consistent in left and right direction. When you're gonna ride horse the first time in round pen, you think your horse gonna travel on zigzag or lean inside and outside and walk, trot, and lope? Horse again gonna travel in a straight line. When I'm saying straight line, round pen it's a straight line, never end. And if you've done enough repetitions in relaxation on this exercise, horse will develop balance and coordination. When you're gonna ride horse in the first time, horse will gonna continue nice, travel, continue forward, and walk, trot, and lope, nice and relax without frustration and upsetness. Understand the speeds. Be balanced, be coordinated, not lean inside and lean outside. That's simple. Again, sit down, back, relax, till he stop and relax, and very good. So I don't want to pull on his face right now when he's loping because it's not fair to young horse to do this. He have to read your body language right here. Beautiful. And release him. Very good. In the future education, when we're going to continue educate a horse in round pen, in discover philosophy methodology round pen, you will understand why it's so important to educate horse travel consistent and consistently forward motion, left and right direction, without applying physical pain in the horse body. So horse mentally truly understand his education. And through this education, you will see how much patience we have to have and see how methods, first step, connect to the second step, to the third step, to the four steps. All methods, they're tied together. When we finish round pen education and we're going to go to in-hand communication, when we're going to remove the walls and going to start to educate horse actually, when going to be his mental and physical abilities, when we're actually going to be connect to horse with halter and horsemanship rope, you will see, you will be surprised so much and understand, whoa, yes, that's what we learn in round pen. That's how easy to educate horse right now. That's how he gonna understand me right now. Because we done already all our preparation round pen. I don't have to pull on his face. I don't have to apply the rope. I don't have to apply the whip. Horse understand travel. Why horse not pulling in my hands when horse travel around me and I don't have a round pen? Why horse learn how to stay still? Why horse not leaning towards me? Why horse not come to me all the time? Why I don't have to shake a rope to make horse step away from me? Why horse communicate with me? Because we done all this education in the round pen. And it's right now we're just talking about the first step. Educate horse travel consistent and consistently in the forward motion. So pay attention to small details when I actually share with you the methods in the first step. Educate horse travel consistent and consistent forward motion. Pay attention in the small details. What I'm showing you, share with you, and when I explain you on each method. And if you have to rewatch and understand again this, that's a good choice. Because we cannot memorize and understand right away from the first time. So I believe again, I come back and I believe again. To educate a horse, it takes time. Methods, they have to connect to each other. They have to make sense. First of all, to you as a horseman, you have to have a plan. You have to know your vision in the final performance education in 3 years ahead of you. You have to know why you're using these steps, how that's gonna help you to achieve my final goal. Lead changes under saddle. How my step number 1 can help me in round pen to accomplish lead changes. And that's what I ask myself when I design these methods. And I want to just say thank you very much to my coach, my fencing coach, who actually put this knowledge in my brain. He spent many years in his life to develop the methods and educate champions, in Olympic champions, because he have methods, step by step. A lot of people fall apart because it's a hard work, it's dedication, and a lot of patience. So again, I want to say thank you very much to my coach to put this knowledge in my brain and realize when we educate human or we educate the animal, we have to have methods what connect to each other to have a final performance goals between us and our horses, or when we educate the human.